I look great with clothes on. You'd never know. But underneath these clothes, it's a horror movie.
A simple surgery with disfiguring complications.
The Problem Solvers uncover troubling lapses with the state agency that watches your doctors.
That's a mistake, and that's not going to happen again.
Is our state doing enough to protect patients from questionable doctors?
The Problem Solvers dug deep into the state commission that watches over doctors. KOMO 4's Tracy Vetter discovered that the commission investigates some physicians 3, 4, sometimes a dozen times before the doctor is ever suspended or stopped from practicing. And we need to warn you, some of the images you're about to see are graphic.
Woohoo! After 2 pregnancies, Amanda Butler clawed her way back to fitness through diet and serious exercise. In fact, helping others swim to fitness is her career and her passion.
Self-esteem and strength is who I am. That's what I show. That's what I have to be that for what I do.
But the single mother of 2 had a persistent pooch on her tummy, a large flap of skin she couldn't exercise or diet away. Then she met Dr. Jose Garcia at a weight loss clinic in Tacoma.
But he said that I could get this pooch taken away in about a week to a week and a half.
Butler decided to go ahead with a tummy tuck. Her mother took this video during the first post-op visit with Dr. Garcia's medical assistant.
When can she start swimming again and going back to work?
Okay, so you gotta wait till at least 2 weeks.
But 2 weeks turned into a 4-month nightmare.
It's over it. There you have it.
Butler took pictures of her progress, documenting her incision turning progressively blacker. By week 4, this is what her incision looked like and what she says Garcia told her.
He let me know this is okay. This is different, but it's okay.
But when Butler's mother saw these pictures, she got worried and forced her to go to the emergency room. Those doctors immediately sent her to wound care specialists.
I look great with clothes on. You'd never know. But underneath these clothes, it's a horror movie. It's disgusting.
So Butler contacted the KOMO 4 Problem Solvers. We found the State Medical Quality Assurance Commission, MQAC, has investigated Garcia 7 times and put him on probation twice for letting unlicensed staff inject medications.
How many times does a doctor need, complaints of a doctor need to come in before the commission says, enough is enough?
Attorneys Sokan Lim and Ben Zielinski have filed a settlement demand with Dr. Garcia's insurance and a complaint with MQAC on Butler's behalf. Garcia would not consent to an on-camera interview, but on the phone insisted that he'd been giving Butler appropriate wound care. Garcia and his attorney believe Butler is simply piling on after seeing that he had previous complaints. They believe he'd received overly harsh discipline in the last case because the clinic he was working for misrepresented the staff's credentials. But attorneys Lim and Zielinski say this is about more than just one doctor. They believe MQAC fails to do thorough investigations or follow through on discipline.
That's their paramount statutory duty, is to protect citizens of the state.
So what does it take for MQAC to discipline a doctor? Going through public records in just King, Snohomish, and Pierce counties, the Problem Solvers found 50 repeat offenders, doctors with multiple investigations before the state finally suspended or revoked their licenses. Of those, the state had investigated nearly half more than 5 times. That includes Dr. Garcia.
They should be out there following up with these doctors to ensure that they're providing the quality that Washington citizens expect.
So how did MQAC follow up with Garcia? In his 2012 probation, Garcia agreed to surprise inspections twice a year. Our search of the records show before every compliance visit, MQAC called Garcia as much as a month in advance to schedule the surprise inspection.
We should not be calling ahead of time. That's a mistake, and that's not going to happen again.
Policy Director Mike Farrell argues the best part of the system is when the disciplined doctor personally appears before the commission once a year to answer questions.
The commission that can ask the doctor questions about his compliance, and that's where they get into detail.
But it appears the commission relies on the truthfulness of the doctor who's been disciplined, using their testimony and their patient records as the primary and sometimes only source of information. Farrell insists there's more.
That's why we have an investigator visit his office and talk to people. And
there's no indication that the investigator talked to people.
None at all.
None at all. In the reports we found, the investigator never mentions observing any office procedures or talking to any staff or patients or anyone other than Dr. Garcia.
We're not perfect. We're a very good organization. We take our job seriously, but we make mistakes.
But that's not good enough for Amanda Butler, who after 4 months is finally healed and back at work.
No, they're harming people is what they're doing. They're putting people's lives in jeopardy.
Our investigation is already producing results. Since our interview, MQAC's policy director told us the agency plans to scrutinize the compliance process. He agrees there's inadequate documentation and promises to make improvements every step of the way. Tracy Vetter, KOMO 4 News.
Thank you, Tracy. The disciplinary information we used in the story about doctors who've been investigated multiple times is not available on the state's website. The Problem Solvers got it through a public record search, and so we've put it on our KOMOnews.com so you can search for your doctor.